Today's episode is brought to you by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Frank Witzel with today's Free Press Voice Briefing. It's June 3rd, 2022. Gas prices on Thursday edged toward and in some places surpassed $5 a gallon for regular unleaded in Metro Detroit, a threshold that for some means conscious efforts and strategies to cut back. Veronica Daffin, who made an emergency stop for gas at the Sunoco off Woodward Avenue in Pleasant Ridge because she said she was running on fumes, instead of filling up, she stopped at $50, paying $5.29 a gallon for mid-grade gas. The average price per gallon Thursday for regular unleaded in Michigan jumped to $4.80, a dime more than it was Wednesday, and nearly a quarter more than a week ago, AAA said. On Memorial Day, the traditional start of summer vacation season, AAA asked in a headline if this is the calm before the storm for pump prices. A dip in gasoline demand, AAA said, provided drivers with some stability at the pump, as the national average for gas rose less than 3 cents over the past week to reach $4.62. But this respite, AAA said, could be brief, and indeed it was. How high will prices go? Some analysts are predicting by August it will hit more than $6 a gallon.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist at the Detroit Free Press. If you're heading to college this fall, it's already time to brace yourself for a significant bump up in interest rates. The fixed rate on federal student loans will climb to 4.99% for undergraduate loans. That's up from 3.73% last year. The new higher rate applies to loans taken out from July 1 through June 30, 2023. What's really shocking? Rates have nearly doubled in the past 2 years, since the federal fixed rate for undergraduate loans had fallen as low as 2.75%. Make no mistake, rates hit rock bottom during the pandemic after the Federal Reserve pushed short-term rates lower to shore up the economy. The 4.99% rate brings borrowers close to the 5.04% rate that they paid in 2018-2019. Your best bet remains to tap into savings and to try to cover some bills by working in the summer or school year. Higher rates will apply to parents. The fixed rate for the Direct Plus loan, which can be taken out by parents and graduate or professional students, will go up to 7.54%. That's up from 6.28% for the previous academic year. And now, for other student debt news, millions of college borrowers will need to prepare to resume making payments in September after a lengthy pandemic-related pause. Of course, some say there remains the possibility that another extension will be granted.
The massacre of school children in Texas, months after 4 Oxford high school students were shot and killed, may finally prompt legislative action on gun reform, Gretchen Whitmer said this week. Democrat state legislators felt far less optimistic about the prospect of any bills regulating gun storage or implementing gun background checks gaining momentum in Lansing, despite business leaders in the congressional delegation talking about the need for change and President Joe Biden renewing his call for action. 2 key lawmakers said it may take efforts outside the GOP-controlled legislature, like a ballot initiative or policy pushes by local government to enact gun-regulated policies. Governor Whitmer favors a legislative strategy and said she was working really hard to try to get the legislature to stake out some common ground. But in the near term, Democratic leaders don't think they'll find it.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, and don't look now, but the Detroit Tigers are one of the hottest teams in baseball. They're coming off a 3-2 win over the Twins on Thursday at Comerica Park, thanks to a 2-run homer by Daz Cameron in the 8th inning to give the home team the lead for good. The Tigers took 4 out of 5 from the Twins and have won 7 of their last 9 ball games. They open with a 3-game series tonight in New York against the Yankees, but be aware of where to find them. Tonight's game is on the streaming service Apple Plus, which we imagine you're familiar with if you're listening to us. And Sunday's game actually starts at 11:30 a.m. on Peacock. And the Tigers may be getting some reinforcements soon, too. Austin Meadows should be ready any day now after his bout with vertigo, and Riley Green could be making his debut as soon as this weekend.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, visit freep.com. That's FREEP.com. See you tomorrow.